All right, virtual class number 4. Good to see everybody. I think today's theme is going to be more centered on what do you do when you're in a bind? And, I see people on social media, they're improvising, they're laughing, they're singing, they're dancing, they're posting things that are positive or lighthearted. A lot of people are FaceTiming. People are getting savvy and creative and reflective during this time. And so in our practice today, we'll do some nice flow and we'll work different bind positions, different twist positions. And that'll put you in a situation where you'll have to kind of improvise and play around with and experiment with your practice. So I hope you all are staying safe and healthy and have a really, really good practice today. All right. We're going to go right into a downward facing dog. And, this is your first down dog of the day. So take a few moments to get your feet situated, to get your hands situated. Maybe you pedal out the knees a little bit. If you want your feet to go close together, or if you want your feet to go wide. Make sure that your breath is intact. And then from here, you're going to walk your feet up just like 2 inches. And with your left palm down, you'll grab the outside of your left calf shin area for a twist, a bind. And then come back to your down dog and do the same thing on the opposite side. You're twisting underneath the body. Getting that little bit of detox early on. And then coming back to your downward facing dog. And then raise your heels, bend your knees, and walk or hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, sweep your arms high, and then side bend to the right. Grab your left wrist and pull over to the right. And then come back to center, and then side bend to the left. Back to center, inhale, and then forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, and high plank, hold here. Think about your feet and your hands really pressing into the ground. And if you're clenching down on your jaw or your eyes, soften up a little. Slide forward on the tiptoes, lower halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. That high plank to low plank to up dog to down dog feels so good in the body. It stretches the back side of the body, it stretches the front side of the body. And we'll keep it going with these sun A's. Raise your heels, bend your knees, walk or float to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, sweep the arms high, and then side bend to the right. Really stretch your lungs. Back to center, inhale, and then side bend to the left. Back to center, inhale, and forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, and high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. yourself 2 amazing breaths here. And we'll keep it going. Raise your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, sweep the arms high, side bend to the right. Back to center, inhale, and side bend to the left. Back to center, inhale, and forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, and high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Give yourself 2 incredible breaths here. Hey, and then raise your heels, bend your knees, walk or skip to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, sweep the arms high, and palms to heart center, exhale. Okay, bend the knees, bring your fingertips into the ground. This is a nice way to approach chair. Your thighs are just about parallel to the ground. You'll reach your arms up into the sky. Think about your feet pressing into the ground. Some people like to lift their toes up off the ground. It kind of energetically activates the feet and the ankles. You know, maybe take your knees a little bit lower. Soften into your belly. And then interlace your fingers at your low back. Inhale, open your chest. And then forward fold, keep the fingers. So think about rinsing out your upper back. Think about rinsing out your shoulders. This is an inversion, which is going to wash out some of your excessive or obsessive thoughts. Fingertips to the ground, inhale, halfway lift, and high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. All right, lift your right leg up into the sky, right knee to the right tricep. Hold here for a moment. Right leg, take it to the sky. Right knee to the chest. Hold here for a moment. Right leg, take it to the sky. Step the right foot forward for warrior 1. Back foot goes flat. Nice lunge position. You know, hips are square. Reaching your arms up into the sky. Feeling the extension of the arms, spreading the fingers nice and wide. And then bring your fingertips down to the ground. Think about pulling your chest forward. Let your heart open a little bit. Warrior 1, come back up. And then warrior 2 to the back of the room. Switch up your feet. Now you can take your warrior 2 as low as you'd like. Don't go too far though, you don't want to hyperextend. And then Skandasana pose, skater's pose. So one of our teachers here, Marina, just really, unique flows, and she'll incorporate a lot of Skandasana, skater's pose. Hey, you're stretching your left leg here. And then warrior 2, back to center. Keeping your left knee bent, reverse the warrior, stretch up and out of the body, and high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg, take it to the sky, left knee, left tricep. Left leg, take it high, left knee to the chest, really hug in here. Left leg, take it high, and step your left foot forward for warrior one. Good, feet are nice and flat. Hip flexors are squared up here. You'll reach your arms into the sky, maybe spread the fingers nice and wide. And then draw your fingertips down to the ground, holding here for a moment. Feel your footing, pull your heart center to the front of the room. Warrior one, take it back up, and then warrior two to the front of the room, you'll switch up your stance. Getting deep into the legs, your spine is upright, good posture. Skandasana pose, you'll bend into the left knee, keeping the right leg straight, stretching the right hamstring, and then warrior two, back to center. Reverse the warrior, right fingertips will go up, and then high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. All right, y'all, we're gonna take this through a flow. We'll go 2 rounds through. Right leg, take it to the sky. Right knee, right tricep. Right leg, take it high. Right knee to the chest, hug in. Right leg, take it high, and step your right foot forward for warrior one. Rising up on the inhale, and fingertips to the ground, exhale. Warrior one, take it up, inhale. Warrior two to the back, exhale. Skandasana, bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, inhale. Warrior two, back to center, exhale. Reverse the warrior, inhale, and high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg, take it to the sky, left knee, left tricep. Left leg, take it high, left knee towards the chest. Left leg, take it high, step your left foot forward, warrior one. Rising up on the inhale, fingertips to the ground, exhale. Warrior one, cruise up on the inhale. Warrior two to the front, exhale. Skandasana, bend into the left knee, straighten right leg, inhale. Warrior two, back to center, exhale. Reverse the warrior, inhale, stretch and breathe, and high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah, so going back to our theme today, when we're in a bind, how is it that we're breathing? How is it that we're thinking? How is it that we're responding? Using our flow on the mat to kind of flow a little bit more calmly or creatively in our life. Okay, one more time. Right leg, take it to the sky. Right knee, right tricep. Right leg, take it high. Right knee to the chest, hug in. Right leg, take it high, and step your right foot forward for warrior one. Rising up on the inhale, fingertips to the ground, exhale. Warrior one, take it up, inhale. Warrior two to the back, exhale. Skandasana, bend into the right knee, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse the warrior, inhale, and high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg, take it to the sky. Left knee, left tricep. Left leg, sweep it high. Left knee towards your chest. Left leg, take it high. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. Rising up on the inhale, and fingertips to the ground, exhale. Warrior one, cruise up, inhale. Warrior two to the front, exhale. Skandasana, bend into the left knee, inhale. Warrior 2, back to center, exhale. Reverse the warrior, stretch up and breathe, and high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Very good job, everybody. Walk your feet up to your hands for gorilla. Spread your feet shoulder width distance. You want to slide your palms underneath your feet. Let your toes point towards your wrists. Soften into your shoulders. Soften into your eyelids. Take 3 marvelous breaths here. And then release from the bottoms of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, and forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, sweep your arms high, and then palms to heart center, exhale. All right, we're gonna work a bind here. So we're gonna take goddess squat. You'll spread your feet, mats width distance. You come into that low squat position. Your heels are in, your toes are out. If you wanna put a block underneath your butt, you can. And you're gonna take your left arm and wrap it around your left shin so that your left hand is pointed to the back of the room. And then your right arm will reach around your back and see if you can interlace the fingers to hook the bind. Now, if you can't get the fingers, you could use a towel or a strap. And if you're kind of hunched over like this, you wanna lift up your chest a little bit so that you can get the chest opener. Very deep twist here. Right, so literally and figuratively, you're in a bind here. How are you responding with breath, your thoughts, and your behavior? You'll come out of the bind, come back to center. If you need to back out for a second, you can, and then you'll take the bind on the opposite side. So right arm around the shin, left arm behind the back. Think about your chest opening up. Think about your shoulders opening up. Think about your throat opening up. And then you'll make your way out of the bind. Just holding that goddess squat for a few more seconds, a few more breaths. The groin is heating up. Right? Your core is working to hold itself up. Take a nice deep breath in. And then forward fold, exhale. Heel toe your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. And forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, sweep the arms high, and then palms to heart center, exhale. Okay, with your right foot down, you're gonna pull your left knee up towards your chest, and then either take your right hand to your left knee and hold, or you can take dancing Shiva, so your right hand will go to the outside of the left foot, take your left leg straight, and then your left arm back. This is a lot of strength in your hamstrings and in your hips. And again, a balancing twist here. You're in a bind. How do you operate when you're in a bind? Left foot to the ground, maybe just kind of pedal out the knees. And then left foot down, pull the right knee up and in. And then either you can hold the right knee or you can take your dancing Shiva here. Yeah, posture is upright. Feeling good about yourself. Feeling good about your situation. Right foot to the ground. Sweep the arms high. And then forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. And high to low plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, take your right leg up into the sky. You'll bend your right knee, tip open. And then if you want, you can flip your dog over. So make sure your toes are pointed to the back of the room, your chest is lifting, you're breathing, you're opening, you're expanding. And then palms to the ground, three-legged dog, right leg high. And step your right foot forward for warrior one again. Make sure you're feeling rooted within your feet. You'll interlace your fingers at your low back. Inhale, open the heart center. And then humble warrior, take it nice and low. Let your head drop nice and heavy. Warrior one, come back up. And then warrior two, open up. All right, Skandasana. So you'll bend into that left knee, straightening the right leg again. And then stay as you are, or you can take a bind. So you'll wrap your left arm around your left shin, and then your right arm will go behind the back. So it's very similar to that goddess squat bind we did a couple minutes ago. You're lifting your chest, you're lifting your shoulders, breathing. Maybe you're not quite getting the bind, at least you gave it a go. You attempted it. Okay, and then release the bind. Warrior two, come back to center. Straighten the right leg, reverse the triangle, right fingertips up to balancing half moon. So right fingertips down and left fingertips high. Now we can work a bind from here as well. Just a little bend in your right knee as you pull your left knee towards your chest, and then take your left hand and grab the inside of the left foot. And then from there, you'll straighten your right leg as you keep the bind intact. They call this candy cane pose. I've heard it called before. If you fall out of the pose, don't sweat it. It happens to us all. And then left foot meets the right. Inhale, halfway lift, and forward fold. Exhale. Stand up tall, sweep the arms high, and forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, and high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Together, as a group, let's take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale through your mouth. Left leg, take it to the sky. You'll bend the left knee, roll open. Pause, or you can flip your dog over. Right, toes to the back of the room. Feel your chest stretching open. That amazing breath, that liveliness within you. And then palms to the ground. Three-legged dog, left leg high, and step your left foot forward to warrior one. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Inhale, open your heart up, and then humble warrior. Exhale. Yeah, humble warrior is a good reminder that when we are in a bind, sometimes we have to humble ourselves to, make our way through the situation or out of the situation. Warrior one, take it back up, and then warrior two, open up. You're going to take that Skandasana here, okay, straighten your left leg, and then if you want, work that bind again. Right arm behind, right arm around the right shin, and then left arm behind the back. Breathing into your chest, feeling your shoulders stretching. And then fingertips to the ground. You'll come back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg, reverse the triangle to balancing half moon. Left fingertips down, right fingertips up. And then if you want to go for the bind, you'll take that right knee towards your chest, and then working into your candy cane pose. Using your drishti to focus and concentrate. And then right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift, and forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, sweep the arms high, and forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, and high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Fantastic job, everybody. We're going to work a little crow here. If crow is not in your practice, you could do a forearm plank. You could do some push-ups. You could do maybe an inversion right now. You press pause and you do your inversion practice. But in crow, you're going to take your palms into the ground a little wider than shoulder width distance. And you want to bring your big toes to touch here. And then take your knees to the back of your elbows. Your triceps, not your elbows. And big toes to touch here. And then you just start to play with the weight as you lean forward a little bit. You know, see if maybe you can get a foot or both feet off the mat. Really squeezing your abs, squeezing your core, thinking about your shoulders heating up. You know, you might have to come down and breathe for a second. And then you just make your way back in. Right? Maybe you experiment with the right knee on the right tricep. You can take the left leg into the sky. Whoa! Right, for a one-legged crow, whatever you need. So take that 5-10 breaths. And then when you're done, you'll step or float back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the knees, maybe sway the hips side to side. And then as a group, take a nice deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Okay, and then raise your heels, bend your knees, jump through to sit right onto your butt. You're going to come onto your back. Take your legs up into the sky. And then interlace your fingers behind your neck and your head. And using your low abs, just lift up. And then come back down. And then lift up. And then come back down. And then lift. And then come back down. So inhale, lift. Exhale, sorry, the opposite way. It's exhale, lift, inhale, lower. My bad, y'all. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Yeah, just keep that going by yourself for a few rounds. Push yourself out of your typical routine a little bit. Push yourself out of your typical normal, you know. And then staying with exactly what you're doing, just lower your right leg to the ground, 2 inches off the ground, rather. And just lifting up. You're going to feel this quickly in your quadriceps and your abs. You know, you can do it for 30 seconds or for a minute. And then you'll lift that right leg up. You'll take the left leg 2 inches from the ground. Just feel it, the crunches. Oh. Stay breathing. Right now you're probably feeling in a little bit of a physical and mental bind. Just talking yourself through it. Right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lift both legs up, pull the knees into the chest. Yeah, you know, if you want to do a few more seconds or another minute's worth or whatever, you could do that, and then bring your feet into the ground. We'll take a nice bridge or a wheel here, whatever's going to work for you. I like to interlace my fingers below my butt and take my shoulders underneath my body, a little shoulder shimmy so I can get leverage to open my chest and throat. take a nice deep breath in and exhale, lower to the ground. Just sway the shins side to side. Whatever it is that makes you feel good in your body. Maybe freeze up the low back. And then pull your knees into the chest. You'll roll up. All right, that is virtual class number 4. We played around with some flow. We played around with some binds. Feel free to add those things into your at-home practice. And it's nice because even though we're not at the studio together, we're still connecting virtually. And you can add in, you can pause, you can feel free to message us at the studio if you have questions or whatever. And just remember, when you're in a bind, how do you breathe? How do you think? How do you respond? How do you become more creative? How do you kind of just operate with what you have in the given moment? So much gratitude your way, and look forward to practicing with you soon. All right, have a good Sunday, everybody.